with Gus Meyer here in Birmingham.
Hi Cami, my name is Garfield Campbell, and I am the Complex Director of Sales and Marketing for the Sheraton and The Westin Birmingham.
Wow, how did you get to Birmingham?
You know, actually the last place where we lived was Dallas, Texas, and I worked for a management company as a Divisional Vice President of Sales and Marketing, and was doing a lot of travel, and decided to sort of curtail that, get back home to my family, and so this opportunity arose, and here I am.
Wonderful. So did you know anything about Birmingham before you came?
I did not. As a matter of fact, I was pleasantly surprised. You hear and you've read things about Birmingham in the 60s, and so you have these perceptions, and then you get here and you meet these wonderful people, and it's really a pleasant surprise. More people need to come and see it. How about you?
It is. I heard before I came here that it was kind of a hidden city. There were city things to do, but it still had the smallness, personalness of a small town. So it seemed like it would be perfect for us. And so far, we're doing great and loving it.
Oh, great. Mm-hmm. Now, the company that you're with again?
Gus Meyer.
And were you with Gus Meyer before you?
I was not actually. They recruited me here to Birmingham, and I was with another store very similar to it in Memphis.
Okay.
And then before that, I was on the other side of my industry. So I was on the wholesale side selling to people as myself now. So our industry is really small, and a lot of hard workers in it, and a lot of passionate people about what they do. So that inspires me every day.
Excellent. You know, I think about the things that inspire me, and one of the questions that I have for you and that I like to ask leaders is, can you talk a little bit about what motivates you and how you go about motivating your teams?
Yes, I think that Gus Meyer had such an amazing team already that were there before I came, and I was so blessed to be a part of it, and they were so welcoming to me. But I think my passions are what inspire me. Music, clothes, for sure. I actually got into this industry just because I loved clothes, and it has just grown and grown, and it's really, I feel like, falling into what my calling is. And I always look up to celebrities, see what they're doing next, and see what the new trends are, so I can try to bring them to Birmingham.
Excellent. I'll need to talk to you about some of the latest trends and what I can do to spruce myself up a bit.
Yeah.
You know, I have two daughters.
Yes.
I have a 15 and a 17-year-old, and the thing I talk to them about is, be passionate about something,
Absolutely.
Love something, no matter what it is, and put your energy and your focus into it. And I think about when I talk to my team, it's about having energy, having enthusiasm and passion for what you do. And I believe that if you approach your work, and if you approach anything in that manner, you're going to be successful.
Absolutely. A lack of passion is fatal. And I feel like once you find your passion, you have to put all your energy into it to take it as far as you can, or you'll regret it later in life. And I think you said the two key words there, team and passion, because if you have both of those, you should always be successful. I have found that.
I agree.
Well, we have a lot in common, though. I also have two daughters. They're a little bit younger than yours, and then we talked about living in different cities, so it's neat. Let me ask you this. We're always looking to find new customers and bring new customers to Gus Meyer. So what are some of the things you do promotion-wise to bring in new customers?
Oh, that's a great question. So we try to be involved. We think about, in terms of who our customers are, based on things such as feeder cities. So what are the cities that are similar to Birmingham, where it's easy for them to access Birmingham, maybe by non-stop flight or an easy drive. And then we look at the industries that have maybe satellite offices here and that has a natural tie to Birmingham, such as medical, with UAB being here. And so with that, we try to spend our marketing dollars to try to attract those types of companies or organizations, if you would. So we get involved in trade shows, and so we send our salespeople out to places like Washington, D.C., to Houston, Dallas, Texas, places like that, to trade shows. In addition to that, we do what we call feeder city trips. So we'll go into those cities and we'll host, for example, a dinner or a lunch, and we'll bring in some top clients and really talk about the value proposition of coming to the BJCC Westin Sheraton complex. One of the advantages that we have is we have over 1,051 rooms here in the market, and we have over 384,000 square foot of meeting space because we also sell a convention space.
Absolutely.
And so with that, we can really cater to any group, from 10 people to 1,000 people. And so to answer your question, we spend some money on airline advertising. We spend some money in convention magazine, and then we do some local advertising as well.
Great, that's great.
How about you?
We're doing lots of different events. I think since 2008, our industry kind of has picked back up, and we try to have events because everybody gets excited about
Absolutely.
coming to a fun party, and that has really helped. And then also bringing in lower price points. I think in the past, Gus Meyer had a reputation for all designer clothes, and now we still have those wonderful designer clothes, but also, a tier of different price points. So we can attract that younger college girl that hopefully will be a customer for life.
And I agree. Just if you can introduce them to your product, so they can understand how, the value of your product, right?
Absolutely, the quality, yes.
You can have them hooked for life.
As well as the customer service, because I think right now with all the competition we have with being able to buy anything online, I think that our salespeople that are amazing really give them that personal treatment, and I think that will always outbeat the online services you can get.
I agree.
So we try to be the best at customer service as well.
In our business, the hotel business, I think sometimes people's perception is that I can't afford a hotel room, it's too expensive, or, hotels are not for me. And one of the things that people need to be aware of is that the price of a hotel room varies from day of week, time of year, seasonality, all of those things. And so if they're looking for an opportunity to go out, spend some time with family, or what we call a staycation, just get away from home.
Yes.
There's opportunity to find those rates if you're looking in what we call our off-peak times. And for us, it's typically maybe a Sunday arrival, it's some weekends, and quite often in the winter. And so the question that I have for you is, when you guys decide that you're going to maybe discount clothing, is there a time of year that you do that? How do you go about that?
Absolutely, it's all seasonal. I think that kind of dictates our life, as New York City does for me, because I have to be there at a certain time. But yes, we always have a promotional sale right before Christmas to encourage those people who don't shop at Gus Meyer all year long to come in and get a purchase for their family member or friend from Gus Meyer. So we do have a very big event called the Champagne Sale, and that happens in December and then again in June. Then we also have our regular sale, at the end of the season. I guess there's no perfect buy, so there'll always be something that goes on sale. So we promote it very well, and that drives customers in also.
Okay. So is champagne poured during the champagne sale?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I need to get that on my calendar.
Yes, you will. I will add you to our list.
Please do, please do.
Of course.
Most exciting thing you've ever done in
I don't know.
in your work life?
In my work life.
Like Paris?
Have not been to Paris yet. I guess I would say New York. Since I have moved around a lot, I've probably lived in, 4 or 5 different cities in the last 20 years, 15 years. I would say that New York feels like a home to me because it's the one thing, because I've been in this industry for 20 years, that is consistent. So sometimes going to that city is more like home than, for example, when I first moved here, or when I had first moved to Memphis in 2005. So I always get, my body starts creating its own adrenaline when I get to that city, and especially when I get to the showrooms and see all the beautiful clothes. So I'm very fulfilled, and I think very fortunate to love what I do. So I guess I would have to say New York City is my favorite part of what I do.
That's a great city. I love New York. For me, I would have to say that we have these global trips or annual sales trips every year, and it's really a training or a wrap up from the year before, and then a training for the next year, and it's usually around sales and marketing. So usually sellers and directors of sales and marketing attend that meeting, And one year we went to Hawaii.
Nice.
And that was an exciting trip. So I was able to stay over and visit some of the other islands.
That's great. That's wonderful. I've never been to Hawaii.
Well, you'll have to go.
I will.
Cami, it's been a pleasure.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you so much.
I'm glad that we've met, and I think that there's some natural partnerships that we can forge together as
I agree.
hotelier and clothier.
Yes.
And I look forward to talking to you more about that.
I would love that, actually. We always are flying in reps for these events I was speaking of, and so we need a place for them to stay when they're here from New York or California. So I think that we can work together in the future.
Excellent. And we need uniforms, so
Okay.
we can work together. Well, thank you
so much for your time.